I've gotten as far as I've gotten because of this trait. Hey guys, happy Friday. Welcome back to Fearless Fridays. Today is Friday, October 29th. This is episode 108 of Fearless Fridays. As always, I welcome you to the show, whether it's your first time watching or you are a return watcher, liker, sharer, subscriber, follower, all of those wonderful things. I welcome you, and I welcome you back. So I was watching this reality show. I watch very few reality shows, but I was watching a reality show, and I heard one of the people on the show make this statement, and immediately I knew I have to talk about that on Fearless Fridays. So that's where this is coming from. I'm not gonna tell you the show, but so I was watching the show, and one of the people on the show was talking to someone else on the show, and he was talking about his relationship, his marriage, and he was talking about how he has a certain trait. He possesses a certain trait, and he's realizing now that that trait is not working well in his relationship. He said, I realize that I have this trait. This is something that I do, but I also realize that it's not fair. It's not fair to her. It's not fair to my wife. And but then he said, but it's gotten me this far. It's gotten me this far in life. And I thought to myself, how often or how many of us, and we can all raise our hands, myself included, because we've all done this. I know we have. But how often and how many of us have noticed certain traits about ourselves that have gotten us to a certain point in our lives, whether it's career progression, whether it's personal life, romantic life, whatever it is, there is a specific trait about you or a set of traits about you that have gotten you to a certain place in your life. But you're now starting to realize that that trait is not working anymore. That trait now has you in conflict with people. That trait now has you not only in conflict with other people, but has you in conflict with yourself. And maybe even that trait has you in conflict with the things that you say you want. You've gotten to a certain level in your life, in your career, in your education, in your personal growth, in your spiritual growth. And maybe that trait has kind of helped you get there, or maybe that trait has not necessarily helped you, but it hasn't hindered you either. But now you want to get to a certain level, a new level. You want to break through to a new level, whether it be a new level in your relationship, romantic relationship, a new level in your friendship, a new level in your career, a new level in your personal growth, a new level in your spiritual growth, just a new level. And you are recognizing that this trait that you have always had, that maybe has helped you or maybe hasn't hindered you, is now hindering you. This trait has you in conflict with people, or this trait has you in conflict with the new level that you want to get to. And you think to yourself, okay, so maybe this isn't working anymore. But then you say, but it's gotten me this far, so it can't be that bad. That is a new level of personal growth, I personally think. That is a new level of growth. That is a new place of growth, a new opportunity of growth. Because when you recognize that something's not quite working, and you recognize that there are certain traits that you have, certain ways of being that you have that are maybe not helping you get to the next level that you want to go to, that moment of realization, that's an opportunity for growth. That's an opportunity for you to look at yourself and say, this is what we do. This is our tendency. This is our way of being. This is something that we've done all our lives, or as long as we can remember. But this thing is not helping me anymore. I have to try a new way. I have to shed this trait. I have to shed this idea. I have to shed this thought. I have to shed this because it's not helping me get to where I want to go. And that is the moment where you either go in the direction of growth, or you choose to stay stagnant. Because if you say to yourself, well, maybe this isn't helping me anymore, maybe I need to make a change, but you continue to do the same thing, you continue to allow that trait to operate, you're choosing to stay where you are. You're choosing to stay stagnant. And you can't look outside of yourself for the reason that you're not progressing if you're choosing to hold on to a trait or continue to operate in a way of being that's not getting you to where you want to be. You're choosing to be stagnant. We're choosing to be stagnant when we do that. And so many times people say, well, that's just the way I am. That's the way I've always been. That's the way I've always done it. This thing has gotten me this far. Okay, yeah, but you want to go further. You want to do more. You want to go bigger. You believe that there are bigger things for you. You long for bigger things. You have to choose to press through that trait, press through that way of being. And it can be hard. If we were raised a certain way, if we took on a certain way of believing, if we have taken on a certain, I don't know, if we've had some kind of trauma and we've taken on some sort of thing that we think is protecting us, it may be protecting you from the bad things, but it's also shielding you from good things. It's also shielding you from growth. It's also shielding you from projection. And so I'm wondering where you are. What's your relationship with certain traits about yourself, certain ways of being that you know are not helping you? What is your relationship with those things? Are you allowing those things to just chill out and stick around and continue to determine how you progress? Or are you saying, you know what, maybe this thing has gotten me this far, either because it has helped me or because it hasn't hindered me, but now it is hindering me. And now I have to make a change. And I have to be intentional about the change, and I have to be mindful of the change, because it, at this point, is probably a reflex. It's probably automatic. So you have to be self-aware enough to think about what you're thinking about, listen to what you're saying to yourself, and recognize how you're operating. And when that moment comes where that trait would take over, you have to actively say, nope, we're operating differently now. We're operating in a different way now because we got to get to a new level. You know, this whole that's just the way I am, or that's the way I've always been, that's the way I've always done it, and take me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. I never understood that one, but that's a whole nother topic. But you got to recognize those moments of personal growth for yourself, those opportunities of personal growth. We all do. We all do. We all have to recognize those moments when, okay, this thing is taking over. This is what I would normally do, but I'm choosing to do something different because I want progression, because I want something different than what I've had before, because I want something new, because I want something bigger. So I'm choosing to do something different. And the more you choose different, the more you make a different choice, the weaker that trait will become, and it will no longer be able to take over. But in the beginning, it has to be intentional. It has to be on purpose. And you have to be self-aware, and you have to be mindful of your behavior and your words and your thoughts, and not just do things on autopilot because that's the way you've always done them. So that just, hearing that phrase just sparked something in me. And this person was willing to change. He was recognizing that this trait has gotten me to where I am, but it's not working anymore. And he was recognizing that it was time for him to make a change. And so it just sparked an exciting thought in me, and that's what I wanted to share with y'all this week. As always, remember that the euphoria of fearlessness trumps the comfort of staying safe. As always, I love your shares and your likes and your subscribes. Feel free and please do that on YouTube and do that on Instagram. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And also check out Solomon's Mood. Solomon's Mood, my short film that will be shot next year. I'm still in the fundraising process for that and still building the audience for that. So check out Solomon's Mood on Instagram, and check out the Solomon's Mood promo videos here on YouTube. And yeah, join the Solomon's Mood community. Join the audience. It's going to be a beautiful love film. But anyway, the euphoria of fearlessness trumps the comfort of staying safe. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.